Okay. We know it's gonna be unfair, but we know. Do we have Burundi in the house? I don't think Burundi, they can fight with East Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, Zambia. So
he's down.
Yes.
There are people from Uganda. Are there Uganda?
Nice. Thank
Uganda.
Thank you.
Are you there, Uganda?
Okay. Now we may have our seats. Thank you so much. Asante Burundi, asante Tanzania, asante Kenya, asante Zambia, asante Uganda. Do we have Uganda? Okay, thank you so much. Now, all the 4cc from 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months, please, naomba muende pale. You can just go there. If you know you've done your 4cc for 6 months consecutive, 9 months consecutive, or 12 months consecutive since January 2025 to December 2025, we are going to recognize you here on stage, but we want you guys to line up there. But Nelly, I want you to tell people what is 4cc and what does 4cc means.
Okay. Thank you, Wilbard. 4cc ni imwe mu novuga mu gikorwa kidasanzwe kigaragaza umuforever ibyo akora. 4cc ukisha kuwa 4cc achiever, you win great things. Mara yangu ya kwanza kufanya 4cc na kuambia nimefurahi sana. Yani nimejiona mi mtu mzima kabisa, mtu mkubwa, sijui nisemeje. 4cc siku ya kwanza nimeachieve 4cc, nimepata kipato kikubwa sana. More than 1 million Burundian francs. 1 million. As young ready to earn 1 million here in Burundi. Unajiona kama mtu sio mtu rahisi. Yani kufanya 4cc ikanipatia hata and nikajisikia hata courage, nikajitahidi nikawa supervisor. Ilikuwa ni mwaka wa supervisor for 25cc. So ukora 4cc ni kintu kidasanzwe ku muntu wese ari ngaha, kubera uronka ibintu byinshi. Bwa mbere na mbere uraronka amafaranga, hama amafaranga arahindura ubuzima bwawe. Ukipata pesa na unabadilisha lifestyle yako. So after that nache niyumvira gukora nibindi, and I'm trying to be manager. Now I'm supervisor. I know that in 4cc you earn more, you earn move up, and you recruit more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Huge round of applause to my co-MC Nelly. And I love the fact that she says when you do 4cc consistently every month, it boosts up your confidence, right? Now let's recognize the 4cc achievers 6 months for region Kenya and Uganda. So Kenya, Uganda, are you ready? Okay, let's bring Kenya and Uganda on stage. So we are going to display your names there. So just make sure if you see your name, come all the way on stage. But also I would love to call our country sales managers for the recognition, Mr. Enos and Emmanuel. Huge round of applause to our country sales manager.
Kenya for you. Kenya 4cc from Kenya. Welcome.
Okay, 4cc, are we ready? Okay, let's line up 4cc on stage. If you see your name there, please. DJ? We have the 4cc from Kenya.
Excuse me. Please come. Please come.
Let's rush on stage. If you see your name from Uganda, please quickly rush on stage. OCC 6 months from Uganda. Tanzania is Africa. Tanzania, you're next on stage. If you know you have done your 4cc, kama umefanya 4cc miezi 6, 9 na 12, please naomba mwende pale mka line up nyuma ya Kenya.
Amashimeshi kurawa.
Now we can rotating, so baby reset. You're gonna find to refresh, yeah.
Our 4cc 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months consecutive from Kenya. Again, huge round of applause. Okay, we are moving to Burundi. Okay.
4cc
Do we have Burundi in the building? Burundi tupo.
Abarundi turahari. Abarundi niho turi. Abakoze 4cc amezi 6 akurikirana. Muzi imbere munyaruka abarundi muze. Abarundi muzi imbere. Amezi 6 abarundi munyaruke. Burundi. Nyaruke. Abarundi mwabonye amazina yanyu hajya munyaruke.
Okay, ibintu ni okay.
Abarundi mwabonye amazina yanyu hajya munyaruke. Burundi munyaruke. Amezi 6 akurikirana munyaruke abarundi.
Salamu alaikum tubaneze mesi nabamenyesha ko nabaneze muri
4cc 6 months Burundi.
ubifuza yuko je usubire nyuma
4cc abakoze 4cc amezi 6 akurikirana munyaruke abarundi bonye amazina.
Ahani none ahani none ahani.
Burundi mkorie mashimeshi.
Muri no misi ni miliyo sinzi ko nawe ubibona kira mufata nk'uca baho ari kugufonera so kinaso
4cc, thank you so much. Tanzania, are we ready?
Tanzania.
Let's go on stage, Tanzania. 4cc 6 months in Tanzania. Angalia jina lako kwenye screen, alafu njoo kwenye stage haraka.
Tanzania.
Wa Tanzania. 4cc ya miezi 6 consecutive.
Tanzania, welcome.
4cc 6 months. Zambia, are you ready? 4cc 6 months in Zambia. Zambia, please get ready. Sisi Mungu anatulinda, japo adui wengi anatulinda. Vita nyingi ila tutashinda, ushanyanyasika mwenyewe na kufika. Mwakanunua gari watalifti. Tanzania 4cc machozi kwa exaloni saliti. Siku ya harusi yangu musimpya taji. Okay, do we have anyone from Zambia? Makofi mengi for 4cc. Burundi, karibuni. Abarundi bakoze amezi 9 kurikirana. Karibu. Burundi, 4cc 9 months in Burundi. Tanzania, 4cc 9 months, get ready. Tanzania. Tanzania, angalia kwenye screen 4cc 9 months, uje kwenye stage. Tanzania, wait for Burundi first. Tanzania, wait for Burundi. Yes. Zambia, get ready. Zambia, 4cc 9 months in Zambia, get ready. Let's take a nice photo.
Mujino misi ni miliyo sinzi ko nawe ubibona. Kera bamfata nk'utabaho ariko gufonera so kinazati.
Makofi mengi sana. Okay, congratulations. Next on stage. Burundi, get ready. Tanzania on stage. 4cc 9 months. Quickly. Zambia, 9 months. Burundi 4cc for 12 months.
Salamu alaikum, kubaneze mesi. Bamenyesha ko tabarenze muri no mesi.
Amezi 12 mube hafi.
12 months 4cc Burundi.
Nasogera kure cyane. None ahani, ahani. None ahani.
Congratulations. Tanzania, get ready. Okay, Burundi on stage. Tanzania 4cc 12 months. Angalia kwenye screen.
Tanzania, get ready. 12 months. Tanzania.
Yes.
Tanzania. Tanzania, get ready for 12 months.
Tanzania 12 months 4cc, please. Panga foleni pale, get ready.
Tanzania, karibuni. Rwanda. Zambia, are you ready? 12 months. Zambia.
Zambia 12 months. Okay, we are wrapping up the recognition for 4cc. Naomba niwaruhusu our CSMs kwenda kukaa chini.
Makofi kwa wingi.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, East Africa. Hello, East Africa. Are you ready? Moko tayari kusikiliza the next. Are you ready, Kenyan? People for Uganda, are you ready? Hello, where are you? Okay. Mr. Wilbert, what is the next?
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, may we take our seats? May we take our seats so that we get ready for the next session.
Hey, just we want you, Spirit Award. Do you remember Spirit Award? Kila mtu.
Okay.
Are you ready for Spirit Award? So, Nikaleni, take your praise, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, DJ.
Please.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Asanteni, asante, asante, asante. Asante sana. Naomba tukae. Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats. We are going to bring on stage our next speaker. Nelly.
Yeah.
This next person, she's somebody that I've known for years. And I know our people from different places, different countries, they are definitely going to learn a lot from her.
Yeah.
This lady, she has built a business. She started forever while she was just a university student. She had built a business in 1 year. She had already built a very strong business at a very young age. She went through a lot of challenges. But to her, quitting was not an option. So she did everything she could to build a business. And today as we are speaking, she's one of the top leaders, not only in Tanzania, not only in East Africa, not only in Africa, but one of the top leaders in the world, I can say.
Wow.
She has recently been recognized as the VIP. That means she has done over 5,000 case credit last year. Huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to bring our next speaker on stage?
Are you ready?
May you put your hands together for our software manager, Veronica Kudia, from Tanzania.
Veronica Kunda. Makofi sana.
We are a chosen generation. We've been called for a show His excellence. I require for life. God has given me, and I know who I am. our chosen generation will call for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. For I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power. I'm working in miracles. I need to let them say God. I know who I am. I'm working in power. I'm working in miracles. I need to let them say God. I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. You've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. You've been called to show His excellence. Where He said that I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I'm walking in miracles. I need to remember my God. I'm walking in power. I'm walking in miracles. I need to remember my God.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, thank you so much. Asante sana, asante sana. Let's get our seats. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, East Africa. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Asante, East Africa. Thank you so much. Now, our top leader, Veronica, she's going to teach us, to train us about a very special topic. And that topic is about mindset and the science of achieving growth. I want us to say this together. Mindset and the science to achieve growth. 1, 2, 3. We can do better, guys. Mindset and science to achieve growth. Thank you so much. So, Leader Veronica, she's a Sapphire manager. She's a 5K VIP. She's a CBQ level 1 plus 1. She is a soaring ego manager. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a level up qualifier. So you guys are in for a treat. Leader, all the best.
Hello, East Africa! With all the excitement, let me assure you that I've already prayed, and I know that God is here with us. And I know that when you go out of that room, you will be inspired, you will be challenged, and you'll be transformed. And I'm honored to always have a stage like this, to be speaking to very important people that have got goals for this year of 2026. And sometimes I'm looking at how my business has transformed, and I'm like, you know what? It is not because I am too whatever that is, but it's because I pray, because I put in the work, because I believe in myself, because I believe in my team, but I believe in my God as well. And that's something that you too can also do. And I've done all this, but as I said, not because I'm too very great. I will tell you this. There's a time that I was sitting there just like you and thinking how my business can actually be able to grow. And it actually did. Why? Because I personally wanted it too much. Now, before I went on and say anything, I first want to wish you a very, very legendary year of 2026. I'm here to wish you the year of overflow 2026. That DJ was supposed to be followed by a worship song, not a... that was supposed to go with a God song, okay? But all in all, let me tell you, you have to make that decision. And I wanted to share with you how my business has transformed before I even tell you how it did. I just wanted to show you my graph. This is FOP 360, and I think this is year 2023. Now, I do not want to show you and see the graph and all that. I just wanted to point out my lowest CCs in these years. My business started to transform about 5 years back. And so this was year 3, 2023. This was year 3. But year 1, I was doing around, I think, 800 a year. I think year 1, I did 900. But before that, I remember not even giving my sponsors 600 case credits for chairman's bonus. I was doing about 500 case credits a year. So for me to share this with you is to tell you that you can do it. Now, let's see, when my business started to actually go high, because this one actually, I did Global Rally, of course, I think a year before I did Global Rally as well. But imagine with even that, my lowest was 117. Is there anybody in here that is doing 117, 100 CCs a year, a month? Any leader doing that? I mean total, I don't mean non-manager. In this year, some of my non-managers, some months I was actually doing about 30-something CCs. You see, that is how I speak. I don't want to hear and tell you how great and how wada. No. I'm here to tell you that whatever my journey is can actually be your story. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. You have your mic? All right. Let's do that. Okay. So this is year 2023 and my lowest was 117.
Uno mwaka wa 2022 yagize amasese makeya amasese ijana.
Year 2024, I started with the lowest year CCs with 167. But this
ibihumbi 2024 yatanguye gukora amasese ijana na 67.
But this is the year that I did level up, 2,800 case credit.
Umwaka nyene niwe yaciye agira level up muri umwaka nyene agira level up.
Guys, I am so very sweaty. Can I remove this? Nobody's rust. No, this one. Or the jacket.
Please.
Oh. Okay, the hair, if I could, I would. So this is 167 in January. So I don't know how you're going to end your January, but let me tell you, January doesn't determine. What determines is how are you going to continue after this. Because this is 2024, 167. This is the year that I personally made a commitment, not even much. I said I want to do a minimum of 60 case credits.
Okay.
Just that.
Ukwezi kwa mbere siko kudetermina amasese menshi, murabona ko mu kwezi kwa mbere nari nakoze amasese 167, ariko ayo masese siyo yari kudetermina umwaka wanje ingene uza guhera, kuko uwo mwaka nyene niwo naciye nkora amasese menshi cyane.
Now, if there's any leader that is doing half of this, it means you can actually close this year with Global Rally.
Nyimba hariho umurongozi ariko arakora amasese inusu yaya masese muriko murabona imbere yanyu, nukuvuga ko ushobora guheza umwaka washoboye kwikarivya kuri Global Rally.
Year 2025, that was last year. This is when I hit my first, for the very first time, 5,000 case credits. And it feels so nice.
Muruku kwezi murabona yuko nari mu kwezi kwa gatanu 2025, murabona yuko nashoboye gukora amasese 268 mu kwezi kwa gatanu.
Ladies and gentlemen, minimum average for 5,000 case credits is 418 a month. My lowest,
kugira ushobora gukora amasese 5,000 bisaba kuba wakoze amasese 450 ku kwezi. Murabona ngako naringeze hagati yaho kugira nshobore gushikana amasese 5,000 ku mwaka.
My lowest was 286.
Nukuvuga yuko mu mwaka amasese mato yashoboye gukora na 286.
You see, I didn't want to show you the highest, but I showed you the lowest.
Someone
else to be able to relate to this. I was speaking to, yesterday we had an amazing, this one is not, Remy, yesterday we were playing cards. But anyways, with playing cards, me and Edmunds and Blandina, I don't want to go in stories that, but he said his goal is 3,500. I'll tell you today, you can go for 5,000 leader.
Atocho bariko barakina makarata baganira hamwe na Remy n'abandi, hanyuma baraheza barumvikana yuko bifuza gukora amasesi 3,500, ariko aramubwira yuko uwo mwaka nyene bivanye n'amasesi ariko arakora ashobora gukora amasesi 5,000 uno mwaka nyene.
Sawa. But let me tell you what I decided last year. Remember I said in 2024, I decided to say I'm not going to go below 60, which is 60 is, that means years before it was not an intentional goal, but let me tell you, 60 is like the bare minimum a man is supposed to do. And then last year when it started, and I love saying this because it's true, my leaders, Eno Salem and Elizabeth Riwa, they mentioned that they want to go for GLT. And me being their first generation, I said, I want to contribute to that. And I think that's a very beautiful relationship between an upline and an upline and a downline. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking of your upline otherwise, I'll tell you today, you're gonna win only if you can be able to have a good relationship with your uplines and sponsors. So I did that. When they mentioned it, I said, you know what? This year, I want to not go below 100 case credits.
Okay, mu kwezi guheze, mu mwaka uheze narifuza gukora amasese atari munsi ya 60, ariko ayo masese ari munsi ya 60 na masese mato cyane umanager ategerezwa gukora, ina masese umanager atategerezwa kuja munsi. Ariko nicaranye na sponsor wanje Eno Salema, numvise yuko agomba je muri GLT, na jewe naciye mvuga yuko ko sponsor wanje agomba je muri GLT, na jewe ngomba ngire contribution yiwanje ndamuha amasese, na jewe ndabe ko noja muri GLT. Ati niyo relation mu sponsor abakwiye kugiranira n'umu downline wiwe. Sponsor wawe akuza amasese menshi, utegereza gukora kugira umushigikire, nawashika ategerezwa kuja uko nawe uzoshitsa ahantu hiwawe. Nico gituma twategereza gukora gutya.
So first lesson, mend your relationships with your sponsors. They'll give you more energy, they'll give you more strength, they'll give you more ideas, when you're working together. But you see, what that did to me is last year, I think I did over 100cc, 150cc. There's a time I did 180 something cc. That wasn't the case before, but because I made a decision. And I did that, I think 10 months or 12 months. But also, let me tell you, when you make a decision like that, you'll fail. Still, but when you fail, you just wake up, because in May you can see I've got the lowest CCs in May. You know why? because in May, I went down. After raising 3 managers between January to April, which was incredible, I was not looking at my business in a way that, it can go down, but it actually went down. That May, I did non-managers of 39. 39 last year. And I still became a qualifier, and I still became a VIP. 39. That's something that I think someone here is actually doing supervisor, is a supervisor heading to manager. Those are things that you're supposed to do if you want to do manage 150 case credits 4 months, is it? So if I could do it, if I could go lower like that and still make it to where I am right now, it means anybody can do it. Whatever goal that is.
icyo nshaka kubabwira nuko muri uyu mwaka niwo mwaka nashoboye gukora amasese make abaho non manager. Narashoboye gukora amasese ashika 39 n'amasese umusuperviseur ashobora gukora ariko araduga kuri manager. Ariko nyimba jewe narashoboye gukora amasese non manager angana gutyo, mva ko umuntu wari wese ari superviseur ngaha arashobora gukora amasese atagira uko angana mu mwaka ugahera agashika ku bintu bikomeye cyane. Nico gituma umuntu wese amasese ariko arakora ubu atoyaha agaciro gato. Amasese uriko urakora muri uku kwezi si azodetermina umwaka ingene uzoyuhera, uzowuheza n'inguvu nyinshi cyane kubera ufise inguvu nyinshi n'indoto nini cyane.
So actually, this wasn't supposed to be there, but anyways, it's fine. That second one. One is I've been able to commit, not just say I'm going to do this, but commit into saying that I'm increasing my personal non-manager. And I learned that from our number 2 in the world right now, Nkobile, when we were at Level Up last year. And she said she is going to go to the top. She's the top. Why? Because we can actually see her non-managers. She does 600 case credits a month, non-manager. When I heard that, I was like, the secret for you as the leader, now this is for the leaders, and a leader is anybody that has got at least one person in the team. The secret is you showing up for your own business before waiting for your team to do for you. So I personally decided to say, I'm going to increase on my leadership case credits, and I did. Another thing is, the only way you can increase your business is by recruitment. I think also Dama has mentioned it. That is a commitment that we gave to ourselves to say, we want to commit into recruiting. Last year I did about, now you say one thing about Forever is that it is that sweet. When I say I increased my recruitment, last year I recruited a total of about 80 case credits, 80, case credits, new distributors, CCs. Is it too many? I think not. I think that's something we can all do. That's a total of about 40 people in a year. But of course, on that, I've been able to raise 6 manager legs. And on top of that, on my ego manager right now, I've got about 3,800 case credits in total by now. I've got 9 supervisors, brand new supervisors from May, for ego manager. I also closed with over 500 new case credits for the year 2025.
Ikintu cya mbere shaka kubwira abarongozi bari ngaha nuko ingufu za mbere utegereza gushiramo ushobora kwinjiza abantu benshi ukavyara abantu amasese ashika 82 ariko ayo masese ni menshi cyane, oya si menshi cyane gose. Aho amasese yashoboye gutuma mvyara aba supervisor bashika kuri 6 kumfasha muri ego manager ndiko ndakora, hanyuma arashobora kumfasha no kudevelop amasese arenga 3,000 mu mwaka uheze, kandi guhera mu kwezi kwa 5 dutanguye ego manager gushika ubu narakoze amasese atari munsi 3,000 kubera nashoboye gukora ivyo bikorwa vyose.
So for me, my secret that if you want to take it off, I know you know it, but just increase your recruitment. And I also heard that from the lady that I invited for a kickstart. If you remember, if you attended the kickstart for 2024, she's called Kauta. She was once a GLT. And she said that year that she became a GLT, she recruited over 250. I don't remember the exact number, but 250 new people that year. That's a lot of people, But I said, what, we can do. But the most important thing is you need to increase. If there's one number that you need to look at and increase, is the recruitment number. And then you look at the retention number. How many people that keep on buying? How many people keep on showing up on their business every year? You understand? So I need you to go and look at your FOP 360, get to see how many new CCs that you did or recruitment CC that you did last year, and see if you can double that. And I can assure you, whatever decision you're going to make, you can do it. See if you can 3 times that, because you can do it. So recruitment.
ikintu ushaka kubabwira nuko nize kuri umwe mu barongozi numvise yuko akora amasese amajana 250 mashasha y'abantu binjije ku mwaka. Nuvuga ushobora kwinjiza 5 ku mwaka, nukuvuga yuko uri kubaka urunini cyane, aho uzo ufise abantu bashasha mushobora gukorana nabo bagashobora kugufasha kubaka urudandaza runini. Igikurikira cya gikomeye nugushobora kugira retention, ugashobora gutuma abo uri kurinjiza ubagumya, mugumana nabo kugira ukure hamwe mwubaka urudandaza rukomeye hamwe muri kumwe ku mwaka.
So, to the team Unstoppable that is in this house, and everybody that has been support for what we do, maybe you've been watching us and you've been inspired. Let me tell you, and let me announce to you in front of everybody, I'm proud of you. And last year we grew by 76% in comparison to 2024.
Nuko mu mwaka uheze twashoboye gukura komeye cyane gushika ku bice 76% two kwikomera amashi cyane.
Now, for the leaders in here, to know that you need to be able to track your business. I know every single month how much we have been able to grow. I go to FLP 360, I look at the number of 4CC qualifiers. I look at the number of people that have done purchases that year, that month. I look at the number, I look at all these numbers. I look at the, leaders, how much they've been able to grow individually. I take a whole day off to do this. Why? Because we are running an organization and you cannot run it blindly. So we also made it to the VIP. It feels so nice, guys. Let me tell you one thing. When you set a goal for yourself, because when you clapped, and I want to clap for you to clap for you. When you set a goal, it is so amazing when you get to achieve it. And that feeling, when you're a supervisor, when you level up to supervisor, level up to manager, you don't get to comfort zone just after supervisor, just manager, just after kaplan, just after 1 year of ego manager. Don't get comfortable, because there's so much more that you can be able to achieve. And when you set a bigger goal and you achieve it, the feeling is just incredible. And I wish that for you too.
Ikintu cya mbere shaka kubabwira nuko mushaka gutera imbere, inyuma yo gushobora kwinjiza abantu bashasha no kubakurikirana, utegerezwa gukurikirana ibiharuro by'iwawe, utegereza kumenya abadanga bawe ingene bariko barakora, ingene bariko baraduga, apana muri rusangi kila muntu muriko murakurana, ukamenya ingene ariko arakura n'ingene ashika ku masese yifuza kugira ashike ku ndoto ziwe. Icya kabiri, kirazira kuba comfortable, koroherwa, kumva yuko wamaze kuba manager ugacha wicara, kumva ko wabaye supervisor ugacha wicara. Utegerezwa gukora, ugakora ushika aho wumva yuko ibikorwa byose naho woshika ku kintu ushobora gushika ku kintu kinini gisumbico. Ntushobore kuba comfortable, wabe misi yose uri kuragwanira indoto ziwawe no gushika kure yaho warusanzuri.
At the beginning of December, ladies and gentlemen, I had CCs remaining that were CC that I've never done before, me and my team. Beginning of December, last month, I mean. That is when we were chasing the 5,000 case credits. I called my sponsor and I said, I don't know. Have you ever been in a situation where you want something and you are stuck? You want something and you get this brain, they call it brain fog. Like you get, you get stuck. You don't know what to do. It happened to me once when I was chasing my very first kaplan. And I lost it. But at least I did not fall under month 2. But the next month I finished it. But this one, I did not want to start all over again and not, give the team the 5,000. Let me tell you, I took this goal for my team. And sometimes as a leader, you need to achieve things for the team. You need to push yourself for the team. This is significant. I carry this, that we are the 5,000, but you know what? I've not even posted this, but what I've posted in my team, posted this one. I've posted that one in the groups. I've not even posted it anywhere. because I'm gonna do it. I'm not sure. But for me, that one was more because that was the reason why I needed to do it. I said, I have to make it. And I pushed, and December was one, and December is one of the worst months. And I personally had to go out my way. I was not sleeping. Up until now, my sleeping patterns has not come back. But why? Because I wanted this for the team. I wanted my team, the way I was thinking, I want us to be the GLT team. And please put your hands together for my sponsors, Eno, Salem, and Elizabeth. They made it to GLT, guys. They made it. Because I wanted to give my team that, what I'm getting from my sponsors. I wanted them to say, you know what, we are the VIP team. And we did it. So you as a leader sitting there looking at me right now, don't just do 12 CCs because you want to get paid. That is one of the reasons why your team is not moving, because they don't have someone to look up to. You need to give that to them. And I'm glad that we did it. So that is for you. So now, one thing is, you need to make a decision to grow. And in every of mine, I think this is one of the slides that you'll never miss. Because for me, I personally made a decision. If it's not a decision, we'll never make it happen. And I understand that at this particular time, everybody else is in a different situation, okay? We are stuck, some of you are feeling stagnant, some of you are on a momentum. I don't know, personally, I don't know where I am. If you can ask me, I don't know, where am I? Am I stuck, stagnant, momentum? I'm not sure if I can say I'm on a momentum. Why? Because the pressure is real.
Okay. Ikintu cya mbere turiko turavuga mu mwaka wa December ni umwaka nashoboye gukora ibintu ntari bwigere nkora mu buzima bw'iwanje. Kubera iki nabikoze? Kubera rimwe na rimwe iyo turabarongoze hariho igihe dutegereza gukora ibintu atari kubera turiko turabikora twenyene, ariko tubikora kugira dutegereje kubikora kubera tubikorera ekipe yacu. Umurongozi wese ari ngaha ategereza gukora ibintu kugira abikorere ekipe yiwe. Nico gituma igihe nakora 5,000 sinashaka kubikora kuri jeje nyene, nashaka kuba yuko ekipe yanje iba ekipe ya GLT. Ubu ndaryohewe rero yuko ndi muri ekipe yiwanje, ekipe ya GLT hamwe n'umusponsor wanje Eno Salema. Nico gituma aho wowe uri hose, nawe ufise amasese mato, abarongozi bari ngaha ntibakora amasese make, ntibakora amasese aborohereza. Ukora amasese 12 kugira uronke bonus, cyangwa amasese 4 kugira uronke bonus. Ahubwo kora amasese yose ashoboka kugira wowe nyene werekane ko umurongozi imbere y'abantu biwawe. Abantu biwawe bazone ko bari muri ekipe y'umurongozi, ekipe y'abantu bakora. Ni uzokora ugashika ahantu hanini cyane gose. Urashobora kuba uri ahantu hatoye ukaba ekipe yawe yahagaze cyangwa utari kurakura, ariko mu mutwe y'uwawe uri kurakura, ugakura nka kurya cya gitego kiriko kirakura, uzoshika ahantu hanini cyane. Ntibirabaho ekipe yawe iri cyangwa urudandaza rwawe ruri, ariko ibishoboka byose urashobora kubikora. Yes.
Please put your hands together. Put your hands together for Mark, please. This is a lot of work. Remembering all this time. Congratulations. You shouldn't have said that. Even if you're writing most, it's still difficult. Thank you so much for that. So you make a decision to grow, and I don't know where you are right now, but I will tell you, the minute you decide to say, I'm growing, you will grow. The minute you decide, and you say, you don't want just to decide, you decide and then you put in the work. But the minute you decide to say enough is enough, I think Naomi said that. She was tired. The minute you get tired of your situation, it's the minute that things will start happening. And Dama once said to me, and I keep talking about this statement because he said, we are getting old. No, we are getting old, like tunazeeka. I like that statement because it's true. This moment will never come back. We meet again in the next 1 year. You are 1 year older. And you don't want your family to be going through what they're going through right now in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years. That's a decision that I personally made. And I knew that Forever is where I belong, and Forever is the only place I can actually be able to build, the dreams and the goal that I have for my family and for the people that I've chosen to join in our team because they believe in us. So you make the decision, you make it happen. So if things are not happening, then you need to ask yourself, whose fault is that? Because most of the
umwanya uvuga yuko ugiye gukura, umwanya uvuga yuko ibintu by'iwawe bigiye gukura, niwo mwanya urudandazwa rwawe ruzotangura gukura. Nutabibona urudandazwa rwawe ntirushobora gukura, ariko ukuntu ukura mu rudandazwa rw'iwawe bivana n'ingene uriko urabibona. Ntibiraba ico uriko urakora ubu, ico uriko urakora ubu n'amasese yose wowe uriko urakora naho yo bari makeya. Icambere utegeza kubanza kubona yuko wewe ufite capacity yo gukura. Icya kabiri utegeza kuraba abantu muri kumwe, mbega abantu muri kumwe ni bande bagufasha gukura, bagufasha ivyumviro, ko ni wagumana n'abantu batagufasha ivyumviro vyawe bizosubira inyuma.
So I don't know where you are, but you need to be able to be true to yourself. Whose fault is it? Because most of the time we find fault in everything else. We'll say, yesterday I went to Forever Burundi, the office has got very little products. You could say Forever is at fault here because we don't have products. You could say my sponsors, you could say my down. People are even saying my team is not working. Can you imagine that? Someone is saying my business is not moving because my team is not working. But no, you see, when you start looking at why is your team not working, then you will find the reason, and the fault is actually yours, and it's most of the time yourself. Because if you build the team, you can rebuild it again. But if it's not working, then probably you're not showing up enough for them. Personally, I made a decision to say I want to be the most hardworking person in my team. That is a decision that I know it, and my team knows it. I will initiate. I will do what I need to do. Because I know whatever that is going to happen in my business, it is my personal fault.
Ikintu cyambere utegeza kwibaza ati none urudandazwa rwawe yo rutariko rurakora neza, ikosa ni ryande? Hariho bamwe baraba biro office ya Forever ugasaka amasese ni make agatangura gushira ikosa kuri biro, ati amaproduit ntahaboneka canke amaproduit yahindutse canke amaproduit ntahari. Abandi nabo barashaka kuraba equipe, ngo equipe yanje ntirikirapa amasese. Ikintu cyambere ukwiye kuraba ni wewe, kuko wategereza kuba umuntu akora cyane rwose gusumba abandi muri equipe yawe. Niwakora gusumba abandi, equipe yawe izogukurikira kandi uzoshika ku bintu bikomeye cyane. Ni wowe utegereza kuba umuntu akora cyane gusumba abandi bantu bose muri equipe yawe.
So one of the reasons why we are not moving forward as much as we want is because most of the time we don't create goals and set goals in a way that you're supposed to set them. Or maybe we set them and then, we don't get to start to stick with it. And that is not my topic. Tomorrow you're going to be trained by one of the most amazing trainers. And that is none other than my sponsor, Elizabeth Riwa, on goal setting. And you need to be here by the time she's doing that, because you'll be able to understand how you can be able to set your goals. But one more thing when it comes to goals, guys, is most of us don't have sense of urgency. We see, I want to become an eagle, but I'm looking at my averages and I'm seeing they're not tallying up. And I'm just waiting. And I made that mistake. I'm not saying I don't make this mistake, I do. I made that mistake last year. Last year I was supposed to be chairman's bonus level 2 plus 4 legs. And 2 of those legs finished everything on their chairman's bonus. They finished their leadership CC, their new CCs, they even Kaplan qualifiers. They only missed 600 case credits, both legs. Why? One is the managers were late to be created, which is again our fault. I probably did not oversee it, and all that. But when they finished again, we did not push the way we were supposed to push from the beginning. And that costed them their chairman's bonus. They costed mine as well, because I closed up with chairman's bonus 1 plus 1. Can you imagine how much money that is? But can you ask yourself, how much money are you personally losing by not having sense of urgency when it comes to your goals? How much money are you losing? How much more lives could you be able to impact more than what you're doing right now because you don't have sense of urgency? Because most of the time when you say sense of urgency, we just think of, I've got an order of tooth gel, then I need to go deliver it today. No. Sense of urgency on your goals, not on just delivering your products, because delivering your products is good, but there's a bigger picture of this business. And you need to have the sense of urgency on that.
Okay, ikintu ca mbere utegerezwa gukora, ejo tuzokwiga kuri umwe mu barongozi nemera cyane, Elizabeth ariwe nemera cyane gose, azotwigisha ingene dutegura indoto cyane. Ariko ikintu gikomeye cyane nuko icyo shaka kubabwira ku ndoto, wategereza kugira urgence, ukagira urgence ku ndoto ziwawe, apana kugira urgence mu gutanga amaproduit gusa, mu kuja kudandaza amaproduit ugasanga turiko turiruka, ariho ugasanga ku ndoto zacu nta urgence turiko turabiha. Priorite ya mbere niyo kugira urgence ku ndoto ziwawe, kugira ntuze utangure kuronka ingorane muri kazoza, usanga wadandaje amaproduit menshi cyangwa wakoze ibintu byinshi ariko indoto ziwawe atazo washoboye gushikako.
So that, but on top of that is personal development, guys. We need to choose to grow. You cannot build a goal with the person that you were last year. If you want level up, if you want 1.5, if you want manager, you cannot operate as a supervisor. And you see, you don't need to wait, and you're not supposed to wait until you're a manager for you to start acting as a manager. It's when you say starting acting as a manager, I don't mean just dressing up nice, because managers are dressing up nice. You can start doing that now. But on top of that is you can start reading those books now. Acting as a manager. You can start organizing those team seasons now. You can start calling your team, even if it's 1 or 2, and ask them, how are you? How is it going? You understand? What can we do together? You can start initiating activities. For me, that is personal development. On top of, learning, attending trainings, listening to audios and books. Because I do believe that we get better by doing. I was saying, what he's doing is very difficult for me. You know why? Because I've never done it. I think I tried it once and it was too difficult. I understand the language, but I cannot just translate for someone else. I understand for me. But you see, I know most of the time Matthew is the one that is translating for us. He has done it over and over and over again. He's good at it. Why? Because he has done it so many times. He's developing to become, international translator. So you can be able to grow personally by doing more of what you think you're not good at.
Iyo ugerageje ikintu ukakigerageza inshuro nyinshi cyane, icyo ndabasabiye muri uno mwaka ntugakora ibintu nk'uko wabikoze mu mwaka uheze, uko ntuzokwigera uronka ibitandukanye n'ibyo waronse mu mwaka uheze. Bisaba kubandanya ukora kugira wiperfectione, ube meilleur gusumba uko wari usanzwe uri. Ampaye akarorero, jewe kubera namye ndiko ndakora, ubu ntanguye kubimenyera ku buryo ndabigira neza gusumba. Kubera iki ndabigira neza gusumba? Kubera namye ndabikora misi yose yo waje nama ndiko ndabikora. Nawe niwagerageza gukora business iwawe ukayikora n'inguvu zawe zose, ukayisubiramo, uzotinda uba meilleur. Ubu umuntu ashobora gukora kino kintu neza gusumba uko agikora mu mwaka uheze. Ico gituma rero ata muntu numwe yategerezwa kwicara muri uno mwaka wabikore nk'uko yayikoze mu mwaka uheze.
And one more thing is, we have no business discipline when it comes to doing what we're supposed to do. I'm not going to share the activities. We know the activities, right? How many one-to-ones do we do every day? How many Zoom meetings do we do? How many business presentation physical? And me, I was inspired by Burundi, guys. You just don't know. I think that was the meeting that was done by Emmanuel. And he said, you guys have got 10 a.m. sessions every day, team trainings. I was inspired. And that's incredible. Now, for the rest of us, let's ask ourselves, how many times do we connect with our teams? How many times do we do those meetings? Now that we're in a new year, new month, if you sit down and do your volume map, do you know what you want for the month January? I know what I want and I know I'm behind. And I need to know how I'm going to recover within these days that are remaining to close this month. Otherwise, I'm not going to close with what I want to close. Sense of urgency, is it so? Right? So the discipline. What do you do every day when you wake up? What do you do between morning and evening when you go to sleep? How many people do you contact? I see a lot of us posting on social media. If there's someone that is posting on social media a lot, I think that is me. Today, a lot of already posted 3 times. And I'm going to post another 3 times. You know? But you see, it's not about just posting. It's also about looking who is watching, who is texting me. You post on your Insta stories, and then you check who has watched my Insta stories, and am I going to inbox these people? Because you don't wait for people. I know most of us are using social media, but social media will not help you if you just post and wait for people to come to you. That is part of the business discipline. You understand?
Okay, ikintu gikomeye cyane iyo umaze gutegura izo ndoto ziwawe ukamenya icyo ushaka gushikako, hariho discipline bijana. Ingorane iri hari nuko indoto ziwacu discipline itajana n'indoto tuba dufise. Mbega ugira ama team meeting angahe? Uhura n'abanywanyi bawe kangahe? Abantu winjije muganira nabo kangahe? Mbega utumira abantu kangahe? Wigisha abantu kangahe? Ivyo rero umaze kubikora niyo discipline itegerezwa kujana n'izo ndoto zawe. Uko binini niko n'ibikorwa bitegerezwa kuba binini cyane. Ico gituma iyo uri kurakora wategerezwa kwa misi yose uri kuraba ati naho noba ndiko ndashikoresha réseaux sociaux, postinga kuri Instagram cyangwa kuri Facebook, ati nyimba ari umuntu akoresha réseaux sociaux cyane ni jewe, ariko ubu unamaze gupostinga gatatu uno musi mukanya ndaza gupostinga inshuro zitatu, ariko c'est pas question y'ivyo washize kuri réseaux sociaux, ni bangahe bariko barabiraba, kuko naho uri kurabishirako batarabwa n'abantu benshi uzosanga ata impact vyagize. Nico gituma rero izo discipline zose utegezwa kuba uri kurazikurikirana.
I see you on the phones, some of you. I hope you're on the phones because you're writing 1 or 2 tips you're gonna go for. I hope you're not on your phones right now with this moment that is not gonna come back to you. And I hope you're not gonna miss a point that you're supposed to get out of this room.
Please let me say that.
I hope you're on your phones because you're on your notes and writing a few points.
Ndabona abantu bamwe ari ku matelefone. Nibaza ko mutari kuri telefone kubera muri ko ndaba ibintu biraca ku ma réseaux sociaux. Nibaza ko muri kuri telefone muri ko murandika note ibintu ndiko ndavuga. Kuko ntimuzosubira kumbona ningaha ndiko ndabigisha. Muzosubira kumbona mutevye cyane. Kugira rero mushobore gukurikirana bino bintu bisaba ko mbasebye mukandika nyuma kuri telefone. Uzoburi kurafata note. Nibaza ko uri kurafata note. Icyo nashaka kukivuga imbere ko mbandanye.
Growth is not automatic. We continue. Growth is not automatic. Growth is something that you actually choose every single day. And let me tell you why you should do it. It's because we are running in a business. We are in a business that is doing revenues over $200 billion. That's a very big business, meaning you have the decision to say, I'm going to grow. And when you do that, just know that it is worth it. It is worth it to say, I'm going to make forever my only plan A. If you know me, then you know all the years of my business, I've never looked left. I've never looked right. I've never looked back. It has always been forever. I've been crying a lot. I've been doing what I need to do, not always getting the result that I need, but I believe in forever living.
Gukura ntabwo ari automatic. Gukura ni ikintu ugenda urubaka muri wewe, gitangura kuri vya vyumviro watanguye, kigakura muri wewe ukagenda ucubaka. Icambere shaka kwabwira nuko turi mu rudandazwa rwa plus de 200 milliards de dollars. Surudandazwa ruto. Iyo tuko turaruganiza urudandazwa nurufate kwa ari ruto ko n'urudandazwa ruri ku rwego rwa plus de 200 milliards de dollars. Nukuvuga nka jewe ndiko ndakwa runo rudandazwa nta handi hantu ndaba, sindigira ndaba ku ruhande canke ngo ndaba inyuma canke ngo ndaba handi hantu. Runo rudandazwa n'ubuzima bw'iwanje n'amaraso yanje, niyo ntumbero yiwanje, ivyo nifuza gushikamo byose. Iyo ubibona gutyo ibintu byose bizohinduka.
I know you have got jobs. You can be having a business, another business going on. You can be a student. I'm a stay-at-home mom. 100%. I build my business at home. I cook for my kids, which is, I can tell you, it is a lot as well. But I will tell you, still you need to make a decision to say forever is my plan A. because it is worth it and definitely worth it. And you need to become that person. Every action that you take every single day, you go to work every day, you will come back home and tired. You will go to your other business, you'll come back home and tired. But that next action that you're going to take for your forever business will help you become the person that you want to become in forever living business.
urashobora kuba ufise ibindi bintu ukora nk'akarorero jewe ndi n'urudandazo ndarukora ndi umumama ibikorwa vyinshi nkora ndabikora ndi muhira ndiko ndarera abana ariko nta kintu na kimwe kimbuza gufata forever living product nka plan A wanje sinigera ndayishira muri plan ya kabiri kubera ndayishize muri plan ya kabiri sinshobora gushika kuvyo maze gushikako ku bintu ivyo ari vyo vyose ibiri bintu rero udashoboye kubifata ngo bishire ku niveau ya mbere uzosanga hari ibintu vyinshi utari kurashobora gushikako.
I like this one. It says, how will the person I want to be do the things I'm about to do? So ask yourself, who do you want to become this year, 2026? And then find your person that you're gonna copy from. I'm copying from the very people in front of me. You know, when it comes to problem solving in my team, I will look at what will Enos say? What will Enos do in this situation? I'm looking at business strategies. What will Eliza do? You know, I've got my people that I'm looking up to, you know? So who are your people? Who is that person that you're looking at? It could be someone in forever. It could be someone, you know, in the world of network marketing. It could be someone on social media. But you need to have your person, have your mentor for you to be able to become their person and do what you need to do right before you actually become.
Ikintu nkunda kuvuga cyane n'iki kintu ndaberetse ngaha kivuga uyu muntu ari ngaha azoshobora umuntu afise indoto nibiki azoshobora gukora bizotuma ashika kuri izo ndoto ziwe mbega uyu muntu afise izi ndoto nibiki azoshobora gukora kugira ashobore gushika ku ndoto ziwe ivyo rero bigufasha ko umena yuko ivyo wihaye bigusaba ibikorwa bimwe bimwe no kumenya abantu utegerezwa kuba uri kumwe nabo muri urugendo ufise.
So success, and I don't know if this is the science. I didn't understand the part of the science, guys. I know success is 80% mindset, and I know that person you think you want to become, you should become before you actually become. You understand? And so, personally, I know I want to become a GLT, for example. You know, I need to start acting as a GLT. So if you know you need to become an ego, you want to become a diamond, you want to become a senior man, you want to become whoever, then one is you want to think bigger of yourself. So if you're a supervisor, I challenge you to start thinking of yourself as a manager. And I tell you, when you do that and you start doing what you need to do for you to get to manager, because you've already thought that I want to become a manager, this is how a manager is supposed to be, then you will become, which means you will have to back it up with what you do. And the secret to manager, guys, is just one. In the next 3 months, you want to become a manager for real. Listen very tentatively. This is what I know managers that I personally created have been able, and these are recent managers, have been doing. They have been recruiting, not even too many. But those 4 months of becoming managers, they were recruiting between 4 to 5 new people every single month, and they made it to manager. Is it difficult? So between you and you becoming a manager, it is just a recruitment of 4 to 5 people a month, and that's it. So if you're not gonna do that, that's actually your fault, because now you know, is it?
Icambere ushaka gukura cyane banza wiyumvire wowe nyene kuba umuntu ashika ku bintu bikuze uko udatanguye gushika kuri wewe uzosanga hari ibintu byinshi udashoboye gushikako. Iyo rero ushaka kuba manager, umuntu wese ngaha ayifuza kuba manager ashaka gukura urwego runini cyane, icambere ategerezwa kubona ndabahaye nka secret abantu bose bahabaye aba manager mu mezi 4 gushika kuri 3 ya mbere baba bariko bararekrita n'imiburiburi abantu 5 gushika kuri 4 ku kwezi. Utari kurarekrita abantu 4 gushika kuri 5 birakugora gushika kuri manager muri ico kiringo c'amezi 5.
So think big about yourself, but think big about forever. But of course, think and believe in your team. That's one of my key strategy in this business.
Iyumvire vyinshi cyane kuri wewe ukuntu ukura ukuntu wewe wokura, iyumvire ukuntu forever business yawe, udandaza kwa forever business wokura, iyumvire cyane ukuntu ekipe yawe, abanywanyi bawe ekipe yawe wokura.
You see, most of the time when someone joins the business, we don't tell them about 4cc. You know why? Because we don't believe that they can actually do 4cc on their first month. Maybe you don't even tell them about becoming a supervisor on their first month because we don't believe that they can actually become supervisors on their first month. Maybe you have not created a manager for way too long in such a way you recruit people and you don't tell them about becoming a manager within a short period of time because you don't believe that they can actually become. You know that? Let me tell you, start changing that. You look at your downline and you look at them and you believe in your heart that this person can become a supervisor. And let me tell you, you know what that does to you? Which is in turn, that is going to reflect on them. What it's going to do to you, not them, you, is you're going to give them your energy. And your team, the only thing they need is your energy. Because if you don't give them your energy, they will, when I'm saying your energy, it means when are you onboarding them? When are you sitting with them and tell them about business? When do you coach them? How many three-way calls do you do with them? But you cannot do a three-way call with someone if you don't believe in them. You understand what I mean? So your team needs your full support, but they need your energy for them to believe in themselves. There's this statement by Les Brown. It says, believe in someone else's belief until you believe in yourself. That someone for your team is you. You need to believe for them to believe in themselves before they actually believe in themselves, because you know how forever business works. Wow. Not them.
Wow. Ikintu cyambere murazi gituma tutigera tubwira abanywanyi bacu ngo bakore 4cc canke ngo baba ba superviseur tukibinjiza. Murazi gituma tutigera tubabwira ngo bakure baba manager tukibinjira, kubera kenshi tutizera ko bashobora kubikora. Icambere utegerezwa gukora nuko utegereza kwizera ko umuntu wese winjije muri ekipe wawe, kujya muntu mushasha wa Kristo wa sponsorije ategerezwa gukora amasesane. Winjije umuntu ubone ko winjije superviseur, winjije umuntu ubone ko winjije manager. Nutangure kumugabaniriza indoto, kuko iyo utamugabaniriza indoto, iyo energy wawe arayikeneye, iyo utayimuhaye ntayironka. Iyo uri kurayora bimwereka, ukabona ko winjije umuntu, ukabona ko mweje kumwinjiza, ukabona ukamubonamo amasesane, ukamubonamo manager, ukamubona amasese 12, uzoburi kuramuha energy. Nico gituma iyo energy ni wayimuha, uzoburi kuramwinspira ukura, nawe azobikubibonamo ubimwandukize, haba mwese mukureri icarimwe, musange mwese muhagaza ahantu hamwe.
Be intentional with your business. I keep talking about for Africa. If you have seen my posts, you see Africa, right? I've got these earrings, Africa. I've got my rings, Africa. I've got my bangle, Africa. That is part of it. That is part of me reminding myself about the expansion that I'm about to do with my team in Africa. So what are you going to be intentional about? By saying that, allow me to remove this because that point is already gone. It is too heavy. Okay.
Kubera ndiko ndakunda Afrika cyane, urakunda kora ko mvuga Afrika, ariko rero kubera Afrika ikintu kiremereye cyane wanje, ngo mamanze muri amahereni ya Afrika kubera andemereye, kubera ukuntu ndayirespecta, hanyuma mpeze mbandanye.
And then give your team a sense of something bigger. I don't know what that is going to be for you, but you need to know what you want. And obviously, you can choose one among these ones, which is, even if you have a team of one person, give them team by you becoming a supervisor as soon as possible. And let me tell you, you can become a supervisor by end of this month. You can become a supervisor by end of this month. And the minute your team sees you moving up, they will believe that it is possible for them to become supervisors. I don't know how many months you're remaining with for you to close manager, but give your team that. Give your team ego manager. Can I see ego managers for real, you're going for ego manager by this year, by April.
Ati abantu abona yuko bazoba aba ego manager gushika mu kwezi kwa kane. bakirize intoki.
Well, if you're not a manager yet, you cannot become an ego manager by
Atutari
April. That would be a
manager,
lie.
ntushobora kuba
But-
ego manager mu kwezi kwa kane.
But who in this room, we're gonna have another ego manager coming up from May to next year in April. Who in this room is gonna become an ego manager 2026/2027?
Ninde
Who in
muri
this room
ninde
is
muri
becoming
no
an ego
sale?
manager?
Ninde muri no sale? Mu kwezi mu mwaka uza guhera mu kwezi kwa gatanu gushika mu kwezi kwa kane kw'ibihumbi 2026 azoba ari ego manager mu mwaka uza.
Let me tell you, you can become.
Reka nakubwire ko bishoboka.
And give that goal to God and just know that is going to happen. It is definitely going to happen. And make it non-negotiable. You know me, you have attended my trainings. This is how I've been operating for the past 2-3 years. I create a goal, I make it non-negotiable. And if there's one running in my head all the time is non-negotiable. You tell yourself you're going to become a supervisor. You make it non-negotiable by end of this month. And I can tell you, you back that one up with activities. You back that one with belief in your team. You back that one up with prayers. You're going to make it non-negotiable.
Ndoto zawe utegereza kuzifata ukazemera zikaba non negociable. Ntushobora kunegosia n'indoto ziwawe. Iyo umaze kuzifata utegereza kuzibona ukabona kuzozishikako. Utegereza kuzishigikiza ibikorwa. Utegereza kuzishikikiza inguvu ziwawe. Hama ukazishikikiza amasengesho. Ivyo niwabikora uzoheza uzishikeko neza cyane ata negotiation uri kuragira n'indoto zawe.
One more thing is take full responsibility of your business. And this is what it looks like. One is setting goals. We're going to go into that tomorrow. Second is positive attitude and having a solution-based mindset. Being positive alone is not enough. You want to think of a challenge and you don't think about complaining about it, but you think of what can I do to become a solution of this? You understand? And that's a whole different way of thinking about the challenge that you're going to go through, because you're going to go through challenges in your business. But if you're going to be looking at them and you're just, complaining all the time, you're not going to make it. You have to think, what can I personally do to make a change into this and whatever that is happening right now?
Icambere rero nukuvuga yuko duhejeje umaze kugira izo ndoto ukamara kuzipanga neza ukabona ingene uzikora. Icakabiri gikomeye cyane nirya ati wawe kuko runo rudandazo rutanguye ruzokwama rufise amadefi, ruzokwama rufise ingorane. Ikibazo n'ingene wowe ugwana n'izo ngorane gute kugira ushobore gushika kuri ya ndoto yawe.
No matter what. Sometimes I get so occupied with things. Other things I mean, not forever, but I will have to touch my business. Even if that will mean texting 5 of my customers, but I'll have to do something. I don't go to sleep without doing something about my business. But another thing is communicating with your teams and uplines. This I cannot, if there's one thing that is super important, is communicate. Even me, my team does not communicate with me. I don't feel the energy from them. They don't feel the energy from them. Remember, it's energy for energy. Even now that you're here, find a way to communicate with your team. Sometimes it's as simple as, hi, how are you? You understand? But make sure that happens. And learning the business, of course, and congratulations for being here. Doing what you say you will do, very important. You commit yourself. Write everything. Just write 1 or 2 things you're going to do after this and go and do exactly that. Okay? And then making 4cc to 5cc or 5cc non-negotiable. If there's a number that we insist and I personally insist is that 4cc, it cannot go lower than that. But I'll tell you, because you've already made a decision to say forever is my plan A, even if you have got other, and that minimum of 4cc is should have, because that is what has been meant for you as you're growing on your business. Then most important is adding value to others. For me, saying this, doing trainings, I don't mean just this. I mean, I personally started doing my first business presentation as an assistant supervisor. And when I did that first one, I recruited 3 people right away. I went home with 6 case credits. And that was a game changer. So when you're an assistant supervisor sitting down here, when I'm asking you to go and start doing your training, I mean, go and talk to your sponsor. Remember I said that point before? You might not know what you need to do, but your sponsor can present for you. Let them present for you. Give them your energy. Do your first business presentation, even if it's a Zoom, even if it's one person, but start doing something for your business.
Ikintu ushaka kubabwira nuko uhejeje kugira attitude positive, gerageza ugire ikintu ukora ku munsi kiduza urudandazwa rw'iwawe. Eske warungikiye message, nyimba ama message atatu utegereza kwandikira abantu biwawe yakore, ariko niya umunsi ntuhere hari ikintu utakoze. Nukuvuga yuko touch your business, gerageza ugire ikintu ku munsi gituma urudandazwa rwawe rukura. Icya kabiri, gira communication, gerageza kuganira na ekipe yawe. Mbega ekipe yawe muganira kangahe, muvugana kangahe, vugana na upline wawe kugira mwabe muri relation nziza cyane. Gerageza kwiga misi yose. Mbega ku munsi wigiki, muno munsi ndabashimira ko mwaje kwiga kwe n'ikintu gikomeye cyane. Utegerezwa gukora ibintu byose uri kuravuga wigisha abantu, utegereza kuba uri kurabikora kugira we ube inspiration y'abandi. Nuze kwigisha abantu gukora amasesane hanyuma nawe ntuyakore. Nuvuga yuko izo objectif ni non négociable imbere ya ekipe yawe n'urudandazwa rw'iwawe. Utegerezwa kuba misi yose hariho valeur uri kurongereza ku bantu biwawe n'abantu muri ko murakorana, kuko iyo inspiration ubu ufise wewe muri wewe urgenda uyenspira abandi bantu muri ekipe yawe, ugasanga ekipe yawe yakuze kubera hari ibintu byinshi yigira kuri wewe.
Uplines, push your team. I'm looking at my leader here. This is my mentor, Lightness Salema. She's the one who made me go do that one presentation, the first one. She left me stranded in a bus stop, going to a whole new region, telling me she's coming. It was a good soft lie. She didn't come, but I had to do it. So leaders, and that built me to be the person I am today, Delight. So I'm really grateful. Now, leaders, if you're here and you see the potential in your team, don't babysit them. Babysitting will not get them where they want to go. And can I see in here who wants to be a great, amazing leader in this room? Anybody? Anybody? Now that everybody understands who here wants to become a great leader? Those that are not raising up your hands, what's up with you? You don't want. You don't understand. One secret is you need to do public speaking, whatever that is. This will create and build you to become the leader that you want to become. So if you're a manager, and I understand there are managers here that they've not done business presentations in public. I know you're gonna mess it up, but you need to start and do it. Make your first one this month. Don't wait until next month. And let me tell you, I know and understand that we sometimes do business presentation organized by the whole country. You might not be reached the time that you want to be reached. But you know what? Create your moments. Go and create a poster. Me, that is my secret. When I want to do something that I don't want to do, I first announce it. You announce it, you do it. So now, text your team. Now I allow you to go on your phone if you can. Or tonight, text your team. Tell them, we're going to have a business, even if you've never done it before. We're going to have a business presentation in the next 3 days. Next thing is create a poster, no matter how horrible that is going to be. And then show up for that presentation. And when you do that, do not stop. Do the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
Ndashimira cyane abarongozi banje Elizabeth na Enos kuko nibo bayigishije gukora presentation yanje ya mbere. Nibuka ambwira ampenda ngo araje mukanya ndamurindiriye imbere y'abantu, ntiyigeraza mpaka ndashika imbere y'abantu ndatangura kugira presentation, ariko n'uwo munsi ninjije abantu babiri. Ndamushimira cyane, batandatu ndamushimira cyane. Nawe rero niba ushaka gukura, niba ushaka umurongozi, uze wiga kuvuga imbere y'abantu. Utari kuriga kuvuga imbere y'abantu ntuzokwigera ukura. Uno munsi ucuke ya post hamubwira ba ekipe yawe atejo kuwa gatatu cyangwa kwa mbere cyangwa kwa gatanu mutume presentation nawe utabuze ingene uzobikora uca uje ngaho bikora kandi bizogenda neza ntuzotangura gukura mu rudandazwa rw'iwawe.
So one important is communicate whatever that you want with time T. And you see, there's announcing we have a business presentation. There's announcing we want to become whatever that as a team. Promoting. You announce we're gonna have a lunch. 4cc, you stop that. You don't talk about it anymore. No one is gonna do the 4cc. So you need to promote every single thing in truth, which you should. If you're gonna say I'm gonna expand into another area, then you need to be able to go there physically. It is very important. I personally do 90% of my business on social media and online. But I will tell you, I travel a lot as well to going where I'm supposed to go, to meet people in person, and you should do the same, okay? And then make sure that your team is independent as soon as possible. That is why I was saying, you as a leader, if you're not gonna do your presentation, your team is not gonna do presentation for themselves. It means they will always depend on another person to build them. And no one can grow if they're not independent. You have to make that you're showing up for them to be independent as soon as possible.
Ekipe yawe itegerezwa kuba independent. Nukuvuga ekipe yawe utariko urayigisha gukura, mwikore ibintu vyayo, mwikore presentation zayo, yibeko, uzosanga wewe udafise izo nguvu zo kwa muri kurayiha ivyo ufise misi yose. Nuva yuko rero ugire promotion yuko ekipe yawe iba independent.
One more thing, when you want to build a business and become a success, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand the company policy. You need to not just understand, you need to follow the policy. I've personally been in a business for way too long to see businesses going up and going down. And you don't want your business to go up and then go down. I hit 5,000 by God's grace, and I said, I hope and pray that we keep on, and we will keep on. I've seen my business slowly growing. Why? Because they're allowing my team. Bulk purchases, low